Hi everyone, my name's Ali and welcome to the channel. This channel is all about creating, and at the moment I am creating an income through Amazon KDP, and I'm sharing my experience with you. If this is something that you would like to know more about, then make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. What I'd like to do in this video is take you through another piece of software that I am using to help me create KDP covers and also content for KDP books that I'm selling on the platform. This piece of software is called Repper, or the Repper app, and it is a mathematical software that allows you to create patterns from source images. In this video, I am going to show you how I might create a source image to put into the Repper app software. I'm going to take you through the software and what it actually does with that image, and then I'm going to share with you some things that you can do with the patterns that you create. So let's jump across to the computer now and I will show you how to create a source image, and then we'll open up the app and take a look around. The first thing I need to do here is put in a custom size, and I'm going to make this a really quite large one because I find that this works better in producing an image at the end that is of high quality. I'm going to create a new design here. Now for this design, this is just going to be a bit random, and I do have one of the color cube cards here, so I'm going to source that with some colors. Now I am going to speed up this part of the video because all I am doing here is just trying to find different types of shapes and arranging them onto the canvas here. As I'm doing that, I am using the color cube colors, so I'm going in and putting in the hex codes so that I get that card of colors throughout the whole image that I make here. So it's just completely random images at this point. Alright, now I'm going to download that as a JPEG. And best quality, download. So that's downloading. I'm going to come into a piece of software, and it's called Repper, and this is a pattern maker software. It's all mathematical, it's not AI. It is a paid app, but you can try it out free for 14 days, and I highly recommend that you at least try it for 14 days. So you'll have a little bit of fun with that. So I'm just going to start the app, and immediately you'll get a sample image that you can play around with. So that you'll see this one in the free trial, and then as you move that around it makes the patterns, and then you have this sizing bar up here where you can make the pattern smaller or larger and get a quicker view or bigger view of that pattern as it's being made. Alright, so up here to new collection, I'm going to call this new collection, I'm going to call it Palm Sunrise, and create that collection. And then I'll need to upload an image, and I'm going to upload this untitled design that I had originally. So here it is here. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit more so you can see. You can sort of zoom in and get bigger details. Now whilst I'm here, let's have a look at the different options that you have. So up here we have a tile option, so if you're wanting to have a tile that's going to repeat, you can hit that and it will create the tile that'll then repeat itself across that pattern. Surface allows you to see what it looks like across the surface, and you can hit 3D, and this will actually give you what that pattern might look like on a whole range of things. So for instance, on this cushion, you can zoom in and out and see what your pattern might look like on a cushion, on a dress. Okay, again, you can zoom in and out and see what that looks like as the pattern moves around, a blanket. And you can download these and you can use them as product shots if that's what you would like to do. So let's head back to surface. Now over here, we're in the pattern window at the moment. And if you wanted to change up your image, you would hit here and then you would upload, or you'd go to the library or an image search. The software itself has got a lot. This is my library. These are my designs that I've created on my Procreate. You can upload an image. You can do an image search, and this will take you into Unsplash. So you can go in and you can find some images there through Unsplash. Or you can just change up an image that you have got already on your computer and bring it into the software. Here where it has tiling, at the moment we're an octagon. Now there's a whole range that you can choose here, and if I just move my mouse down, you'll see facade, pyramid, honeycomb, and you'll see that changing depending on the choice that you're making. So these are your seamless patterns, and here are some seamed patterns. So you have rectangular grid. So depending on what source file you're using, you could use rectangular or oblique or diamond, that kind of thing, to see how it would fit. Okay, so lots and lots of choices there. You can see these as a panel. If you wanted to see them all at once, it would generate that for you, so that you can quickly go to one that you choose. You can do it here to the side as well, but I like to just keep it there as the list. The other option that you have here are effects. So here you can make any color adjustments to your pattern. Okay. You can create a black and white pattern and adjust the colors there. You can do duotone, so if you wanted to pick your own color combination, you could absolutely do that through duotone. And here, if you hit the colors, you actually get full access to the spectrum of colors, so you can do that for both, and also amount of how much of that color that you'd like. If you want a seam border, this will add in a solid seam border to your pattern shape, or a tile border, which brings in the grid that you can have overlaid on top of your pattern. Then you have some surface effects down here. One is metamorphosis, and I'll just zoom out for this one. And what metamorphosis will do is create a blend of your pattern that sort of morphs across. These can create some really cool effects, and you can go vertical as well. Okay. You can choose surface border. That's where it gives you the white outline around the outside. You can do a vignette, a gradient, and again you get to choose the colors of the gradient that you wish to use. So you can either use this as your panel for your gradient, or you can select each color separately and choose your gradient there. And your last one is halftone. Now you can use these singularly, or you can use them together. So for instance, if you wanted to have metamorphosis and you wanted to have it in black and white, you can absolutely do that. Okay. The final menu item over here is called export, and this is where you can export your image. So you can either do it as a preview area, or you can set up a custom. So for instance, if you're making digital papers, they often come in sort of like a 3000 by 3000, and those 3000 by 3000 and then you can adjust your pattern to fit that 3000 by 3000 and download it and hit export, and that would export that as a JPEG. You can also export your tile, or you can export the 3D image. And sometimes it will tell you that it might be exceeding, so you just sort of reduce the size and it will fix itself. So let's head back over to, well, actually no, I'll show you another thing here. So if we go to surface, we'll go back to pattern, and up here there's an undo, and here we have dream mode. And what dream mode does, it will actually, I might just go back to export because it's still in that mode. I'll just go fit preview area. So if you are up here in dream mode and you hit dream, what you can do is you can speed it up if you like, and it will actually go through and make patterns, and just as a bit of a relaxation. So you're making sort of meditation type videos. And if at any stage you see something you really like, over here there is a plus sign. If you hit plus, it'll save a snapshot of that pattern as it's moving around. So there we go. So if you like something comes up and you go, ooh, I really like that, whammo, okay, you can grab it. So let's just stop dream mode and I'll come back here to patterns. I'll get rid of these two. Okay. So starting off with just the first one here, actually octagon's not a bad one to start with. You have access to this that you can move around. So this is how you start to make your pattern. So you start moving it across the surface, and then when you see something that you really like, you can zoom in and just make sure it has, see how you've got these little red bits? You can move it around ever so slightly to take those out to give yourself a cleaner image. And if you like what you see, you hit and you save that snapshot, and that has got that file there for you for when you're ready to export. So you can continue moving around. Okay, and saving as you go. And as you get into where there are more colours, see that one's a little different too. So if you just zoom out, that's not bad. You can zoom in and out to see whether it's something that might be cool or not. And as you start working, or you're working around with patterns, you can kind of work out what source files would work really, really well for the creation of your patterns as well. It's fun just going through and seeing what can actually be made here. One other thing you can do here is you can change the rotation. So if you wanted to change the rotation up, you can. It's going to pop a rotation on that. So that's octagon. Let's put the rotation back to where it needs to be at 0. Let's choose Echo Honeycomb. So again, just moving your way over, and you'll notice that this gives a different configuration to patterns that you could potentially be making. Okay, there's a different one. Zooming in. I don't mind that one either. Not all the patterns that I create are sort of colourful and bouncy. I try to keep, there's some white space in there as well, because you can't have, if you're doing a collection, for example, like a paper collection, you wouldn't want all patterns that are just completely like this all the time, although they are fun. I like that too. All right, let's try one more. So Persian star. You can make this bit bigger as well. So you can make this field of view quite large. That's cute. Or you can make it quite small, but what you'll notice is down the bottom here, it'll then change up your tile size. So whilst you can get some really great looking patterns by zooming in, just be aware that that tile size can change down the bottom. All right, so we've got a couple there. So if I go back up to the top, and here at the moment it's showing a surface pattern. Again, I can see what that looks like on a piece of fabric or a blanket. And if I wanted that as a tile, I would hit tile and then I could export that. And that could be uploaded to a print on demand that then does their own tiling. So you've got the tile there, or if you were uploading to something like Society 6, you might need to go a surface and actually set the dimensions there for that. So I'm going to come across to export. I'm going to do a custom. I quite like this as it is, as a JPEG. I'm going to hit export, and I can give this a name, and I was going to call it Palm Sunrise. So I might call this Palm Sunrise 1. I can do the tile as well, and it can be as a JPEG or a PNG. It's entirely what you would like to do. So, and you can do custom tiles as well. I'm just going to custom tile that as Palm Sunrise Tile 1. Alright, I'll go back to surface. This is really cute too. So Palm Sunrise 2. Now if I wanted to upload these to Society 6, in fact I really like this one here that's right in front of me, and what I would need to do, there are 3 sizes that you can upload to Society 6 in, and they're really quite large files. So let's see, let's put in the size that you would, one of the sizes is actually 15,000 by 9,000. All right, so I'd reduce that size, there we go. Oh, use PNG, sorry. I'm going to go PNG. The JPEG just wasn't giving me enough there, sorry. Alright, so there we go. So one of those sizes would be this one here. So, and then you could always move this around depending on how you'd like that pattern to look. I think I'm going to go with the smaller one there, and then I'm going to export that, and I'm going to call it Palm Sunrise Society 1. That's going to take a little bit to export. The next size is going to be 8,000 by 12,000. I'm going to export that one as Palm Sunrise Society 2, and the final export size for Society 6 is 12,000 by 12,000. Just wait that to finish exporting, and if I export that I can call this Palm Sunrise 3. Alright, so let me show you what that looks like bringing it into a piece of software. So I'm just going to go across to my Society 6 store. So these are some that I've created already. These ones I've used Repa for. This one here I actually drew myself. So I'm going to add a new design. And here where it says select files, we're going to go back through and we're going to choose our Palm Sunrise Society ones, which were these 3, and open them. So they will upload into Society 6. This does take a little while. The process for Society 6 is quite lengthy. Okay, here we are. So you've got your mini framed prints. So anything you create, wall tapestries, wall murals, you've got your blankets. It does furniture, bed linen, table runners. Right, you name it, it's on there. I've turned the sticker off. The wrapping paper looks lovely. This is why I don't do the sweatpants and so on, because they've just got the one block, which doesn't look good. We've turned those off. Socks, the duffel bag, this looks great. Little carry-on pouch. Then you've got outdoor things like swing chairs and outdoor rugs. And we've taken out the kids' clothes. So that is another way of being able to use a Repa. And I'll just say that I've represented that, publish it. In that you can create lots of designs and you can upload them to another platform where you may be able to earn a little bit of income. So I'm just trying this out as well. Another example would be to download this in, say, the size for inches. So you could go 8.5 by 11, or you could put in the sizes of a KDP cover, and then you could download that and put that into your software that you're using to design covers for KDP. So that's another way of using it, making a lovely journal cover or a planner cover. There are lots of sites that you can use to upload things to, like Redbubble, Society6 and so forth. You could use these patterns for so many things in terms of print on demand. And let's change the image and go to one of the image searches. I'm going to choose abstract art. Alright, so now I'm in Repa choosing the image. So I've just gone to choose an image, and here you'll see there are some options here. So I've gone into art. This one here looks really interesting. So let's see what that looks like. So that's just brought in the image for me. And now as I move it around, I'll just make that fit the preview window again, sorry. So now as I move this around, you can see that this image can also bring in some really interesting designs. So this is just a photographed image. You could potentially bring in AI images too if you wanted to. So that's Persian star. If you wanted to do cross brick, make it a bit bigger. So you're getting varying images. This one here is a bit of a blurry type image, not as sharp. So it will give you lots of different looks, I guess, with this one. Alright, let's just do one more. Change the image search. Let's go art, shapes, load more images. Let's see what else we've got here. Illustration. Here we go. Look at this bird one. Let's have a look. So here we have the birds, and what's interesting about the bird one, let's go to here with the seamed, and let's say I chose regular grid. It's probably not going to work very well for this one. We'll try it. If you had something that you just wanted to have in a regular grid, move that in so I can get rid of that bit, you could potentially do that depending on what the image was. So for instance, this bird, so if you did have a source image where it lent itself to a bit of a grid, you could do that, and you could have patterns of just that particular image. The same with the oblique or the diamond. So say for instance I did the diamond and I just put this one's head in, and then I went to effects and I put tile border in. Let's make that tile border same similar color as, just for fun's sake, let's say it's that one. So there you go, you can create a border around whatever it is that's on there too. So great for wrapping paper and things like that. This app comes with a free 14-day trial, and I was a bit hesitant to use it when I first saw it. But I hopped on, and in that 2 weeks I was able to create 2 KDP books that I uploaded to the platform based on patterns that I created. From this, I could see the potential of this program to use it again in the future. So I did go ahead and purchase a yearly plan. And since then, I haven't been disappointed because I've been able to create not only covers and content for KDP books, but I've also created patterns that I can use to sell as digital papers. Through my own PayHip store, I have also created patterns for Society6. Potentially, you could also use this piece of software to create content for something like Spoonflower. However, I've found for a lot of these different sites like Etsy and Spoonflower and Society6, they are wanting to see some artistic patterns being made, and some of those need to be handmade. So if you are going to create, make sure that you create your own source images through either something that you've painted or that you've created digitally, so that you are fitting within that original artwork format that they're looking for. I hope that you have enjoyed taking a look at the Repa app with me. And if you are interested in trying it out yourself, there is a link in the description below. And of course, you're able to purchase this if it's something that you feel that you would like. If you use this link below, I do get a little bit of a commission from that, which helps me with this channel. So it's a bit of a win-win. If you don't like the Repa app or it's not for you, that's fine too. So that's a wrap up for the video today. Make sure you keep creating those books, everyone, and let me know how you're going in the comments section. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.